Hello and welcome to day 6 of our journey to read the Bible every day for 1 year in chronological order. So today we're going to read Job 10 to 13. And just a heads up, if you hear any weird noises, it's because it's really windy outside, so it could be that my mic is picking those noises up. So let's begin. Job, my soul is weary of my life. My soul is weary of my life. I will leave my complaint upon myself. I will speak in the bitterness of my soul. I will say unto God, do not condemn me. Shew me wherefore thou contendest with me. Is it good unto thee that thou shouldest oppress, that thou shouldest despise the work of thin hands, and shine upon the counsel of the wicked? Hast thou eyes of flesh, or seest thou as man seeth? Are thy days as the days of men? Are thy years as man's days? That thou inquirest after mine iniquity, and searchest after my sin? Thou knowest that I am not wicked, and there is none that can deliver out of thin hand. Thin hands have made me and fashioned me together round about. Yet thou dost destroy me. Remember, I beseech thee, that thou hast made me as the clay, and wilt thou bring me into dust again? So here we can also already see that, like I said before, he's confused by God's actions, because he thinks that good is the same as evil, because he's normally a good man, so why is he being condemned by God? We can see it here that thou knowest that I am not wicked, and there is none that can deliver out of thin hand. So he still knows that he's not wicked, so he still can't comprehend why God is doing what he's doing. And what can we mark it here? Which color? I don't know. Maybe also in the color of society. And why in the color of our society? Because we can ask ourselves why are good people condemned by God? Why are good people, what can we write here? Why are good people being held to the same standards as wicked people? by writing this, I want to say that why are good people in the same space as bad people? Why are they not being seen as good people, so they get shouldn't be punished by God? Because here we can see that thou knowest that I'm not wicked, still he's being condemned for something and he doesn't know why, and the confusion is still going on because he doesn't have an answer yet. Hast thou not poured me out as milk, and curdled me like cheese? Thou hast clothed me with skin and flesh, and hast fenced me with bones and sinews. Sinews? Thou hast granted me life and favor, and thy visitation hath preserved my spirit. And these things that thou hid in thine heart, I know that this is with thee. If I sin, then thou markest me, and thou wilt not acquit me from mine iniquity. If I be wicked, woe unto me, and if I be righteous, yet will I not lift up my head. I am full of confusion. Therefore see thou mine affliction, for it increaseth. Thou huntest me as a fierce lion, and again thou shewest thyself marvelous upon me. Thou renewest thy witnesses against me, and increasest thin indignation upon me. Changes and war are against me. Wherefore then hast thou brought me forth out of the womb? Oh, that I had given up the ghost, and no eye had seen me. I should have been as though I had not been. I should have been carried from the womb to the grave. Are not my days few? Cease then, and let me alone, that I may take comfort little. Before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. A land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness. So here in the last part, before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death, a land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness. I think he is trying to describe the afterlife, maybe, in this verse, because he's saying a land of darkness. So for me, for my comprehension, does mean that he's speaking of where he goes after death, since back then, I think in the Old Testament, well, at least now, they don't really know what is happening after that, I think. What is happening after our life on earth. So I'm going to put a color there, Um, but I don't think that we already have a color that best represents this situation. So maybe we should choose another one. I don't really want to use the color for evil because we know that the afterlife, if we were good people, wasn't isn't evil. It's good. So maybe we could use already also the color that we use for scientific things, because he believes that this is how it's going to end. But I don't really know if that's a good idea. But we're going to use the color of a place, so the green one, because he's saying a land of darkness. So it is still a place for him. So we are also going to use the color of the place. Here. Here, and we are going to write over it a land of darkness. Afterlife. So now we are going to continue with Job 11. So far, God can do as he pleases. Then answered Zophar the Naamathite and said, should not the multitude of words be answered? And should a man full of talk be justified? Should thy lies make men hold their peace? And when thou mockest, shall no man make thee ashamed? For thou hast said, my doctrine is pure, and I am clean in thine eyes. But oh, that God would speak and open his lips against thee, and that he would shew thee the secrets of wisdom, that they are double to that which is. Know, therefore, that God exacteth of thee less than thine iniquity deserveth. Canst thou by searching find out God? Canst thou find out the Almighty unto perfection? It is as high as heaven. What canst thou do? Deeper than hell. What canst thou know? The measure thereof is longer than the earth, and broader than the sea. If he cut off and shut up, or gather together, then who can hinder him? For he knoweth vain men, he seeth wickedness also. Will he not then consider it? For vain man would be wise, though man be born like a wild ass's colt. So far, confess your sin and be forgiven. If thou prepare thin heart and stretch out thin hands towards him, if iniquity be in thin hand, put it far away, and let not wickedness dwell in thy tabernacles. For then shalt thou lift up thy face without spot, yea, thou shalt be steadfast and shalt not fear. because thou shalt forget thy misery, and remember it as waters that pass away. And thine age shall be clearer than the noonday. Thou shalt shine forth, thou shalt be as the morning. And thou shalt be secure, because there is hope, yea. Thou shalt dig about thee, and thou shalt take thy rest in safety. Also thou shalt lie down, and none shall make thee afraid. Yea, many shall make suit unto thee. But the eyes of the wicked shall fall, and they shall not escape, and their hope shall be as the giving up of the ghost. Job 12. Job, you have no wisdom. And Job answered and said, No doubt, but ye are the people, and wisdom shall die with you. But I have understanding as well as you. I am not inferior to you, yea, but who knoweth not such thing, not such things as these. I am as one mocked of his neighbor, who calleth upon God, and he answereth him. The just upright man is laughed to scorn. He that is ready to slip with his feet is as a lamp despised in the thought of him that is at ease. The tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they that provoke God are secure, into whose hand God bringeth abundantly. But ask now the beast, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. Who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this? In whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind? Doth not the ear try words, and the mouth taste his meat? Job, wisdom comes from God. With the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. With him is wisdom and strength. He hath counsel and understanding. Behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. He shutteth up a man, and there can be no opening. Behold, he withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. Also he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh the judge fools. He loseth the bound of kings, and girdeth their loins with a girdle. He leadeth princes away spoiled, and overthroweth the mighty. He removeth away the speech of the trusty, and taketh away the understanding of the aged. He poureth contempt upon princes, and weakeneth the strength of the mighty. He discovereth deep things out of darkness, and bringeth out to light the shadow of death. He increaseth the nations and destroyeth them. He enlargeth nations and straighteneth them again. He taketh away the heart of the sheaf of the people of the earth, and causeth them to wander in a wilderness where there is no way. They grope in the dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like a drunken man. Job 13. Though God slay me, I will trust him. Lo, mine eye hath seen all this, mine ear hath heard and understood it. What ye know, the same do I know also. I am not inferior unto you. Surely I would speak to the Almighty, and I desire to reason with God. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. Oh, that ye would altogether hold your peace, and it should be your wisdom. Hear now my reasoning, and hearken to the pleadings of my lips. Here it's really important that he's saying, though God slay me, I will trust him. And this is also what we need to learn as human beings, that even though something bad is happening, even if we go through challenges, it is still in God. It is still in God. It is still in God to trust. Or it is still important to trust God and his plan. And this we can mark in yellow. No, not in yellow, maybe we can also use the color of love here. Of love and hope. No, we use yellow for hope, I think. No, I said the wrong thing before. Didn't use it for scientific things. For scientific things we use this one, I think, the transparent one. Yeah, it was for hope. I'm sorry. So we are going to use love, the color of love. No, first the color of hope, and then the color of love over it. Because it's still in the love of God that we can continue our lives, because he's still there with us. So this is a great thing to think about when we are really sad, because we know that God is still there and his plan is still going on, because if not, we wouldn't be on this earth anymore. Will ye speak wickedly for God, and talk deceitfully for him? Will ye accept his person? Will ye contend for God? Is it good that he should search you out, or as one man mocketh another? Do ye so mock him? He will surely reprove you, if ye do secretly accept persons. Shall not his excellency make you afraid, and his dread fall upon you? Your your remembrance remembrances or something like that are like unto ashes, your bodies to bodies of clay. Hold your peace, let me alone, that I may speak, and let come on me what will. Wherefore do I take my flesh in my teeth, and put my life in mine hand? Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him. But I will maintain mine own ways before him. He also shall be my salvation, for an hypocrite shall not come before him. Job, God, please hear me. Hear diligently my speech and my declaration with your ears. Behold now, I have ordered my cause. I know that I shall be justified. Who is he that will plead with me? For now, if I hold my tongue, I shall give up the ghost. Only do not two things unto me. Then will I not hide myself from thee. Withdraw thine hand far from me, and let not thy dread make me afraid. Then call thou, and I will answer, or let me speak, and answer thou me. How many are mine iniquities and sins? Make me to know my transgression and my sin. Wherefore hidest thou thy face, and holdest me for thine enemy? Wilt thou break a leaf driven to and fro? And wilt thou pursue the dry stubble? For thou writest bitter things against me, and makest me to possess the iniquities for my youth. Thou puttest my feet also in the stocks, and lookest narrowly unto all my paths. Thou settest a print upon the heels of my feet, and he, as a rotten thing, consumeth as a garment that is moth eaten. And here I think in verse 24, wherefore hidest thou thy face, and holdest me for thine enemy? I think here he's trying to understand why God won't show himself to him, or why he won't talk to him and say what he did wrong. Because here he thinks that for thou writest bitter things against me, and makest me to possess the iniquities of my youth. So he thinks here that the sins, I think that he says here that he thinks that God is condemning him for the sins that he did in his younger years. So he still is in confusion why God is doing it to him, and he doesn't, even though he thinks that he's a righteous man, he is not without sin, and he thinks that those sins from years back is coming now to haunt him. And this is why all the confusion is coming up, because God won't communicate with him. And even though he trusts in God, he still wants answers. And this is also a human thing, I think, because in a lot of prayers we ask God, why is that so, and why is that so, and what did I do to deserve this? But again, we have to trust in God. So here again, it's his confusion, but he wants answers, but he still trusts in God, so it's conflicting in his mind. Is conflict. He every day for him is a confrontation with God, but without God being there. And so he thinks that he's alone, is in his sadness, in his weakness, and since God is not talking to him, he cannot know why this is going on. So here I'm going to write down, still in confusion, and he wants answers from God to understand his punishment. And we are going to use also a color here, but which one? Maybe we should also use a color for pain, because for confusion maybe it's not enough, but maybe for pain. But for me, pain is also evil, but I don't want to use an evil color here, because we know that his pain has a reason, and God has a reason for doing this. We are also going to use the color of our society again, I think. Would make the most sense. If you have any other suggestions for color, or like for a topic of a color, for it to make sense in my Bible, please comment, because I am already in confusion about my colors. So and here for the yellow one, before, it was not the yellow one. Okay, so this is all society, this is a place, this is love and hope. Okay, maybe I have to write it down afterwards, because if not, I'm going to get confused, just as Job, but in a way more positive way. Yeah, so this was Job 10 to 13. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I see you tomorrow. This was again emotional, but also I found it funny that Job had so much sarcasm to his friends, because he said here, no doubt, but ye are the people, and wisdom shall die with you, because he's saying that they're just people and they don't really know everything, but they think that they know everything, and that's why they are giving advice. But I also think that even though the friends are harsh with him, it's still what friends do, but also what he needs, because if they're just going to say nice things and everything's going to be okay, well, there will not be any growth, and also the friends don't really know all the things he did. So they are just thinking that he should clean himself from the sins and that everything is going to be okay. But they don't know the whole story. Job doesn't know the whole story. Only God knows the whole story. So it's a bit mean how they are to him, but also they are direct and they say what they think is the truth. And this is also the problem with how our society works, because everyone wants to give advice to someone, but they don't really know what they are doing with their own lives or how they're going through their own problems. But this is the thing that people are doing wrong, I think, because we need advice from other people, because we need to see their perspective to understand ourselves better and the people around us better. Because if not, if we are just going to say, why are you giving me advice? You are not as wise as me, or you don't know as much as me, then there will be a problem in our understanding with our community, with our people, with all the humans on earth. Because every time we are going to say, you're not in the right place to give me advice, well, then we are not going to grow. We're not going to grow ever. So this is also for me, for now, Job is really about confusion, and with Job wanting to understand why God is doing all this to him. But it's also about understanding other people and and the advice from others, because he's trying to 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 lower the, how can I say it, to say that the friends are not on the same level as him, or are at the same level as him but not higher than him. So he's saying that, in other words, he's saying that their advice is not as valuable because they are also just people. But this doesn't mean that they can't give good advice, or maybe just to bring him, or to put him in the right direction, to find peace in what God has done to him. So yeah, so this is what I'm understanding from the friends of Job. And yeah, I see you tomorrow, and bye.